Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are out here in the heart of nature, baby. Much love to you, beautiful deep divers. I get a lot of messages from people asking, how can I find my calling? No, a lot of messages. No. Tons of messages. No. Loads of messages. Let's just, woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. 10 ways to find your calling and fly. We're just gonna fly right now. Do you know what your calling is? I meet a lot of people scratching their heads thinking, what did I come here to do on planet Earth? And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Don't worry, I was one of them. I never knew my purpose, my calling, for many, many years. I thought it was my calling, then I realized it wasn't my calling. Let me share with you the 10 best ways to find your calling and fly. What helped me along my journey? The first way is you got to go with the feeling. You see, all of us, we got a phone in our back pocket. As you do, and that phone is ringing and it's got a very important message for you. Hello? Oh, it's my calling me. Yes, I should do this? Okay, great, thanks. I accepted the call, but for a long time, I declined it. So that's why I never was finding my purpose, my calling. Because you see, that call was saying, hey, Ralph, just go with whatever feels good. And I'm like, can I get a hello there? That feels good. Then my calling was like, that's good enough. That could be your calling, Ralph. And I'm like, no, get out of here. It's gotta be more complicated than that. It can't be that simple. No, what's the catch? You see, if you go with what feels good, you will always be led in the direction of your true calling. The reason why so many of us, we get kept out of our true calling is because we don't go with what feels good. We go with what they say. Slow motion this side. Always go for what feels good. That is a good indicator. What is the second amazing way to find your calling and just fly like all of those birds up? Whoa, those birds up there, right? What would you do if they didn't pay you to do it? Would you still work in that job? Would you still go to the gym? No one's paying me to go to the gym, Ralph. Okay, but they are actually. I know about it. So I started to realize I love coming into nature because I'm healing myself in the process. You don't have to pay me to get my butt into nature, to share with people. I love to do this. But there were times when I was just working in a job, which means just over broke, because I just wanted to make quick money. And if they didn't pay me to do that, I wouldn't be there. If they didn't pay me to do that, I would be like, and they'll be like, where did you go? And I'll be like, don't worry about it. So, what would you do if money was no object? That is what is your true calling. Take money out of the equation and listen to your heart. Move in the direction of your true heart space. And really and truly, that's what's helped me along my journey find my calling to the maximum. You see, most people don't listen to their heart. They listen to not only the cat down the road, well, that's pretty cool, but they also listen to people who don't even have their best interests at hand. So always remind yourself, no money, if I'm still doing it and I'm still loving it, chances are that is my true calling. What's the third amazing way to find your calling and fly. What's helped me along my journey is to always see what is the most energy generating. Let's just breathing in that good ass prana, baby. That's super energy generating. I can do that forever and ever and ever. That's my true calling. But you see, many times we are in situations, we are in jobs, we are in a lifestyle which is very energy depleting. So you put 80% effort in and you only get 20% results back. I put 20% effort in and I get 80% back. It's energy generating. I got a lot of fuel to keep this baby running for eternity because we are immortal. So I started to realize this. Look, what it comes down to is that if you are in any activity, if you are doing something which is giving you more energy, it makes you excited to wake up every single day, jump out of bed, and you just tripped up, but don't worry about it. Keep it going. If you fall, you get up, right? Then that's how to find your calling. Always go with what is the most energy generating. I used to work a 12-hour shift, 9 till 8. It was crazy. Real crazy. In fact, I'm still traumatized by it. 12 hours of my life I would never get back. Oh my gosh, don't worry about it, right? Nature is saying don't worry about it. But I'm a lot wiser now because I'm all about moving into something more energy generating, something that gives you something back. That is your true calling. Not something that strips your entire energy away. I used to come home, it was dark. I used to leave early, 6 o'clock, it was dark. I'm like, what is this? Then I just came into nature and I haven't looked back since. So, what is the fourth way to find your calling and fly? 7-day vegan challenge. I see a lot of people with acai bowls, acerola high in vitamin C, the figs out, the dates out, the cranberry juice out. I see you. Brain fuel. Walnuts high in omega-3s, chia seeds high in omega-3s. Gonna reduce the brain inflammation. Right? So I started to realize that what you eat has everything to do with whether or not you find your calling. Because there were times in the past where I was pretty drunk because I didn't realize this. A lot of the foods we are eating, especially in the mainstream, all the foods out there are heavily processed. So many times we don't even realize our foods are distracting us from our true calling. Slow motion this side. How could that ever be possible, Ralph? Because you've been on the toilet for like an hour. No watch. An hour right now, right? That's a long time. So I started to eat a lot more fruits and vegetables, and I wasn't on the toilet at all. It was just easy in, easy out. I had a lot more time to actually now move towards my calling. You see, a lot of us, when we talk of the plant-based diet, I've been a vegan for over 13 years. Haven't been to the doctor since 2006. I'm in optimum health because I realize the plant-based diet is the future of humanity. More and more people are having more compassion towards animals and saying, actually, there are other alternatives on the plant-based lifestyle. I've seen it work for me. And also, I have so much more energy just eating the plant-based diet, right? I have energy to now focus on my true calling. But in the past, I never had energy to do that because, well, I was on the toilet. No more. Right now, I'm just jumping up like that, right? What's the fifth amazing way to find your calling and fly out of here, right? You're gonna be flying so high, they're gonna be like, is that a UFO? And you'll be like, oh yes, it is. I've realized this. Talent. Now, listen to this very closely. A lot of us, we've got a talent. You've got a talent. I've got a talent. I love skating. I love doing this. These are talents. I love speaking. These are talents. But talent is not enough. It's a good start, but it's not enough when we talk of finding your calling. I meet a lot of talented people all the time. A lot of people send me stuff. Look at this. Look at that. And I'm like, you're so talented. What I've realized is that talent can only get you so far. Many of us, we feel so privileged because we have a talent that it's automatically gonna lead us into our calling. I can talk for pretty much eternity and never run out of energy. That's my talent, right? But it's not enough. It didn't really help me find my calling. Once you, though, listen, once you become aware of your talent, start placing value on that talent. That's really what's going to set into motion. That's really what's going to help you find your calling. When you place value to say, actually, I've got this gift. What am I doing with it? Am I just keeping it to myself? Or am I actually sharing it with a cat down the road? Come on. What's the sixth amazing way to find your calling and fly? Calling comes when you act on your talent. Slow motion this side. Let me repeat that. Calling comes when you act on your talent. Your calling comes when you act on your talent. So I started to realize, okay, I got to do something, because I'm just speaking like in the middle of a forest and only the trees can hear me. And then I'm like, okay, I got to act on this talent I have. I've got to start sharing with the world. I got to start inspiring people to become their greatest versions. And I started to realize this secret. Your calling comes when you act on your talent. So if you have a talent, realize that your calling will find you when you start acting on that talent. Don't just say, I've got a good talent. What are you doing about it? What moves are you making? And that's really what's helped me along my journey. What's the seventh way, baby, to find your calling and fly? Passion is the catalyst to manifesting your desires. Have you ever noticed like those singing contests? Those singing contests where sometimes there are like really talented singers and they don't even make it through. And then there's this person who can't even sing that good and they just get through. But what they do have though is this wild passion, and everybody can see it oozing out of them. And those are the people that always end up finding their true calling, because those are the people that go far. Those are the people who have this burning desire to make it. They've got this hunger. Like when I first started making videos, I had this hunger, this passion. I would be in my garden, right? Had the massive afro, rocking it, and I'm like, let's do this. That's passion. I didn't even know what I was talking about, but it felt good. That's passion. That's how you find your calling. The more passion you have, the more you move in the direction of your true calling. What's the 8th way to find your calling and fly? Oops, it's ringing again. Hello, calling. Oh, thanks. Look, sometimes you're going to feel lost. I'm here to tell you it's okay to feel lost. For many, many years, in fact, up until the age of 21, I still didn't know what to do. I had gone to university, finished. I still didn't know what to do. I'm like, what is this? Ever seen that meme? The 3 stages of life, birth. What the hell is this? And then you're out of here. Look, I'm like, that is not going to be me. So what I started to realize was this, that in a nutshell, I got to live life to the fullest. And then I started to realize, oh my gosh, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. Then I'm talking to other friends. I'm like, do you know what to do on planet Earth? They're like, no, I don't know what to do. I'm lost. Now, listen, when you feel lost, do you feel lost right now? Because sometimes you're seeing everybody on YouTube, on Instagram, on their lives seem so glamorous. Look, focus on yourself and realize that it's okay to feel lost, because sometimes I am still lost. Sometimes I wake up and say, what am I doing with my life? Then I'm like, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Then everything starts to make sense again. It's okay to be lost. Look, you're young. Ralph, I'm 100 years old. Okay, you're not young, but still. The ocean is a lot older than you. That's a good perspective to have. It's okay to be lost. I used to go to job centers, right? I used to work a lot. Then I was like unemployed. I've been through it all. And I've lived to see a better day. It was hard, right? I'm still in one piece. I'm still here. It's okay to be lost. Sometimes when you're not searching for your calling, that's the moment it comes. Slow motion this side. What is the 9th amazing way to find your calling and fly? We're just gonna fly. We're just gonna fly out of here. Stop making excuses for why you can't live your calling right now. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? No? Okay. I had to say that to myself. I had to stop making excuses for why I couldn't live my calling. So I'll give you an example. One of my excuses was like, it can't happen to me for some reason. It can only happen to those people because they have more luck than me. They are more fortunate than me. Like, where the hell did that come from? Then I let go of that excuse and I'm like, hey, if it can happen to them, then it can definitely happen to me and the cat down the road. And then it started to happen. It started to manifest. So if you realize that, look, once you stop making a whole load of excuses, you actually allow for blessings to come into your life. You actually allow for the phone to ring with your calling ringing and for you to accept it. Once you stop making excuses, look, I'm proof it can happen to anybody. It can happen to you. You just got to believe it. You just got to act upon it, and you just got to breathe it every single day. And what is the 10th amazing way to find your calling and fly? What's helped me along my journey is this, that once you are in alignment with your true self, your calling comes. Even if you don't want it to come, it will come. Once you are in alignment with your true self, your calling will come. That is why it is so imperative to be in alignment with the truth of who you are. What helped me along my journey was meditating, getting back to the truth of who I was every single day. And sometimes you really got to have the right people around you. People that can remind you of who you are. People that can remind you of your true calling. There is a lot of distractions. That one, right? That one, this one. You got to stay focused out here and remind yourself that so long as I am in my own space, my creative space, my calling comes. But if I'm always getting distracted by music which is dumbing me down, by entertainment which isn't giving me anything, the entertainment isn't giving me anything, then it's going to be hard. So once again, those are the 10 amazing ways to find your calling and fly like a bird in the sky. And then say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Have a beautiful day. We're out here, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You.